Hey guys, welcome back to Los Pendejos, and today we're gonna do a film segment on what I feel is one of the best fucking superhero movies that have come out so far, as Blue Beetle, fucking best DC movie I have seen so far live action. What do you think?
Yeah, one of the best upcoming DCEU films, and it's gonna be one of James Gunn, even though he was off hands with the film. Like one of James Gunn's visions for the new plans for the DCEU and the upcoming, DC universe. And I'm excited. It's a film for the rest. It's a film for the people, and it's underlooked right now. Box office is not making as good of a return as it should. I highly recommend you guys watch it. Blue Beetle.
All right, let's get started with the beginning of Blue Beetle, the actual movie, like it began. Like in the very beginning, we just see the scarabs, all like four different scarabs: blue, green, yellow, and purple, pink, around red, around that color, flying
And separating.
and separating. But before that happens, you see the another scarab hit the blue one, and it bugs out. You see it like slightly with the little electricity flying through it, but the so something's wrong with the scarab right from the beginning of the movie. That's we know. And then a bunch of fucking papers come out with fucking this like fucking from Metropolis, the fucking
Yeah,
a
just
bunch of
history about
newspapers about the
Scarab
scarab and everything that they
from
find.
ancient
Yeah,
times all the way to recent occurrences.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So, well,
Well, me being a comic nut, I have a little bit of notes, and like I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of history for like specifically Jaime Reyes as a character. He first debuted in Infinite Crisis issue, and in the New 52 Crisis, we got the modern interpretation that like we get like a similarity in the film, where we learn that the blue scarab, yellow scarab, and all those scarabs separated, and basically their goal was by their creation was created by a alien group called the Reach, and their goal was to basically those scarabs were to intersect and basically conquer, take over a certain host, one of the most powerful hosts of that planet, and take them over so they could knowledge from their host, like knowing like all the weaknesses of their planet and whatnot, take over and destroy their planet from the inside out. That was the plan of the Reach. And just that's basically a summary of what happened in the comic books. Now, as far as we know in the movie, we only just got a mild glimpse of like scarabs flying across the galaxy.
we
And
didn't see anything. We didn't know where
we don't know
they
anything
came
about that.
from or shit like that. We don't know if it's gonna be accurate to the comic books. Yeah, but it's assumed.
It's an interesting story.
Yes. Also, before we get into it, before we get like start spoiling the movie for anyone that hasn't seen it yet, you guys have to watch this movie. Like, it's a must watch. It's the best DC live action film. It doesn't compare to the animated ones, but the best one so far. And it has so much fucking Latin fucking references, so much culture in there. It has so much fucking ambience that you feel the family when they argue and fight. It's just you just feel it. Like, oh my god, that's my family right there. That's look at the Theo, bro. That's so relatable, It's just so great. And people were talking shit about that. What the fuck? Like, I found it so fucking relatable as a Hispanic family. My mom went to go watch it with us. She fucking loved it. She's straight from Mexico, bro. Like, she doesn't speak English whatsoever, And what do you think, bro?
No, yeah, for sure. Like how you said, we like took her, like with her and gave her some earbuds, that translated it for her perfectly, But she got everything. She got the references. She enjoyed it perfectly.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
And like how you said, like it's just for the people. It's for the culture.
You could see her light up when it showed Maria del Barrio and then the fucking Chapulín.
A palabras necias no entran moscas. No, no espera. En boca cerrada oídos sordos. No, tampoco. Las moscas son muy necias. Y cuando tienen la boca cerrada, se quedan sordas o siguen molestando. Bueno, la idea es esa, ¿no?
Yeah, the references with the vaporru and shit.
She's like, bro, look.
Like, they really get us, bro.
Yeah.
¿Sabes qué, hermano? Va a estar orando para ti, ¿eh?
Mejor ora por dinero.
Mira, porque lo que estás haciendo, esto tomar tanto, eso es del enemigo. Es de Satanás. Te están
Pinche
tomando.
vieja Satanás. No, tú no eras cristiano, así te convertiste, tú muy
Vieja
aleluya.
es un ángel.
Qué asado,
Y me
güey.
enseñó the way.
No hay güey. El güey eres tú.
In the Bible it says, you cannot be drinking beer because the beer is Satan.
No, la Biblia no. Nomás le pido a la Virgencita de Guadalupe que me cuide y ya es todo. La bendecí.
No, sí, nomás se praise our God.
Ay, sácate con esa pendejada. Sáquese, ándale, ya. No es pariente mío.
¿Sabes qué? Voy a estar orando para ti.
Ay, qué horrible.
I'll be praying for you. Ahorita oro. ya.
Güey, no, quítese.
Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado.
And yeah, like everybody, you know, like acted like a true family. You know, like how, like even the grandmama or you know and the nana was just like down to her soul. She was like, I know, like there's time for like to cry, but not right now. Is not the time, mija. We gotta do that later. And she's like,
You just felt bad when all the fucking thing happened. Like, for everyone that hasn't seen the movie, this is the time to click off. We're gonna start spoiling it.
Yeah, we're gonna start from the beginning because we're just getting into it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get started with it. So from the beginning, we just see the
like Jaime Reyes graduating and shit. You know, like
Yeah,
that after the blue
he's
beetle
coming
scarabs or
in.
whatever. You know, like we saw the whole montage.
First you see in the beginning you see the blue beetles, not the blue beetles, all the
Montage.
scarabs coming in, the blue beetle getting like hit by the other scarab and it plugs out. It lands on Earth. We see all the fucking newspaper articles, everything that's happening around the world, fucking crazy shit, and then it goes straight into Jaime Reyes coming in from graduating. He finally sees his family and fucking shit. Family's having trouble. They're losing the house.
We find out that his dad ended up having like a heart attack while
and
he was
shit. It's just
gone.
a bunch of fucking problems. And like a Hispanic, like the first generation Hispanic American, you're just like, you went to college, you gotta bring us out of it. And you felt that, you know? Like it just felt so like,
and everybody was just so proud
relatable.
about him, and you know,
and
like
then
the whole
was
story.
like, yeah, we're gonna make it out of here. We're gonna get a fucking great house in this, and you just felt it. You know, you're like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna, you know, and it just hops in, and they're just right into cleaning the houses and shit. It's pretty funny. But I'm not sure if he got fired on the first day on the job because he was defending the damsel in distress, the cute Latina girl, or was she?
Well,
Latina?
she wasn't a damsel in distress. How like she said.
No, she was
But-
rich. She was this and that, but he got fired for that. While
Because
his cousin was
he
taking
had, like,
a
at least
shit.
a
Oh no,
little
no,
bit
cousin was her sister. Was
yeah,
it?
she was also taking a shit in
in
her
it was
restroom.
pretty funny. And
But yeah, he ended up defending Jenna Cord and ended up fucking getting fired by Victoria Cord. Her her not my
like the villain of the whole movie.
Her dad's sister.
Was it his sister?
Yeah, because
I'm not sure. Was it,
yeah,
or maybe
'cause-
was it a cousin?
No, because whatever his name is, the other guy Cord, whatever his
Uh-huh.
name is, was like the like the brother, the blue
Oh,
beetle guy.
so,
Remember
okay,
that? Because
okay.
he ended up inheriting the company because the father of them ended up being like, yo, sexism. So even though she was the eldest, ended up giving it to the
Yeah, and then she was like the main villain, and she had a sidekick. Like it was like very Tony Starkish like backstory for the guy and shit, or what do you think? He got like ruined by like a guy named like her that had a bunch of powers. It was
Yeah, she was a lot like Albert Stain or whatever the villain was, the egghead dude from Iron Man 1.
yeah.
A lot of that villain vibes. And then she ended up having like the dude Caraprax or whatever. Yeah, the not
it was
the
just
true
a very,
villain,
like,
but
it was just like sad. He
sympathetic,
had
yeah.
she had him like controlled, like, cause she like basically like had him raised as a kid, but she made him do horrible things. She did horrible things to him. It was just like that. Like fuck, she's controlling him, and he kind of like
but
weak-minded. I don't know like what to say.
No. It was because again, like influenced because like
his whole life as a
yeah.
kid.
But again, let's to continue on from like the film. So like he ended up getting fired. he ended up getting you know, like a
He
chance,
lost the
you know,
job
like,
of cleaning the house.
Yeah, but
but
ended
it
up-
wasn't. It was like I thought he was gonna get a better job. He fucking graduated college.
no, but
No
it is, you know
mames.
how it is with the system, you know, like if
Yeah.
if you're not, you know,
I
like have
know, but that's what
experience,
sucks
that's the
about
issue.
it, though.
No, but it was totally, that's what made it down to earth and relatable.
Relatable,
That,
yeah.
you know, like we, you know, saw the character struggle, and on top of that, you know, he rizzed his way up to getting another job with the other, you know, the other girl,
Mm-hmm.
and and he
Yeah.
ended up getting her number.
Yeah.
No, so you want to continue on from there? Like he ended up, like, you know, thinking about it, you know, like, and then texting
My
her up the next
question
day.
was, from the whole movie, or in the beginning of the movie, did she tell him to go that day before he like to the interview, or did he just show up out of nowhere because she told me, because she gave him her number, just because of that? Was he that confident that like, oh, this bitch likes me and she's gonna give me my job, or did she text him knowing that she was gonna maybe need him to take the scarab away? What do you think?
On some real shit, it's just that, like, I think that she just was wanting to be a nice person with him, you know, like, and
No. But why that day that she was gonna do the whole thing with the scarab?
no.
it?
She, I mean, did she say that day, like the next day?
No, I don't think so. I think he just showed up. That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Do you think he just showed up out of nowhere?
I just think it was coincidence.
This motherfucker's a weirdo.
Yeah,
Think
yeah.
about it.
No, I just. You just
Like,
wanna
who
get-
shows up to a random job, and like she couldn't? How does he know that she was gonna be there? Like on some real
she
shit?
could have been busy. And then this
Yeah,
and
maybe
that.
she doesn't even work there. She just, it's
No,
just
he
it's
was
like,
he was Instagram stalking, but anyway.
yeah, what the fuck, bro?
Anyways, so like, yeah, he ended up, you know, getting taken like by his, you know, like his family and whatnot.
And
you
then
know,
the
like in
whole
a taco.
family made a fucking scene. It's so like, oh my god,
It was so
They
cute.
were so proud and shit. They were playing.
They don't get out much.
We were just making a scene. It felt relatable. Like when you get a really good job or when you go to a place like that, people like want to take photos and shit. Like, mira que chingón, bien mamón este cabrón.
Que chingón. Que chingón.
Yeah, they
know?
want to hype you up and
Yeah.
shit. Like, they're proud of you. And low-key, it's like endearing as fuck.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. But you just feel slightly embarrassed all the time. But it's if you didn't have that, you feel the love.
Yeah.
Like you're embarrassed, but you feel the love. You know.
Yeah, but like, yeah, he ended up, like how you said, like by coincidence, ended up, you know, like being with the girl. You know, she ended up stealing
She stirred up
the scarab that day.
Yeah, she took it in a box, like a fucking.
No,
what
but
was
why
it?
do you gotta say which brand, bro? Big Belly
She
from
took
the
it
Flash.
the Big Belly fucking burger
Bro, that was a
place.
good Flash reference.
And then
the
in the comics, it's supposed to be a pizza box, almost similar. If you ask me, fast food. You know what I'm saying?
fast food joints represent.
Yeah. Gotta keep the fast food. Just kidding.
Okay.
And I felt bad for that the guy that she took the food from, because he was like the nerdy sidekick of the main villain. At the end of the movie, was so funny how he was like, my name is something Ricardo
Montoya Madrid.
He like puta or something like that. He was like, it was just funny. He just went off at the very end. But I felt bad for him because the whole movie you just see him getting treated like
Yeah,
shit.
he was always overlooked, but it was funny as
Yeah.
fuck.
Okay, and
So
she gave him the fucking scarab, like thinking he wasn't gonna get picked or anything. Like, don't look in the box. Which
But like, no, but seriously, what
That's
the
some
fuck do
real
you
shit.
expect? Like, put it in the fridge and shit and just wait till the next day?
yeah, but then I felt bad for him because it ripped up his shoes and shit. I forgot what shoes they were.
But they
And
were pretty
ripped up
clean shoes.
the whole thing. Like we watched this review and they brought up a good point throughout the movie. Now that I look back watching the movie, his clothes. They never figured out the issue of how his clothes kept on burning off.
Yeah,
I
so
just-
he's basically ended up being
he
naked
always
the whole
ended up
time.
naked and on shit. I'm like, damn. So think about when he gave the girl the ride, how when he ends up letting go of her and how it's gonna be when at the very end of the
Like
movie.
how the robot said, "Oh, I feel your heat warming."
Yeah.
I feel you.
I feel something rising.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was such a great movie how they had the fucking huge ass robot and shit, but after let's
No, yeah, you gotta split this, compartmentalize.
Yeah.
So like, okay, how you're saying, you know, like, so after, you know, he ended up, you know, like taking it with his family, you know, they ended up be like, yo, so like, what the fuck, you know, like, why the fuck are you carrying around a burger, you know? Like seriously, like what is in it? Like
Check
it's
it,
hefty.
pendejo.
Yeah.
Like it's like no, it's probably
No. I
and
like
then
how they were all metiches and shit.
he's like they told you not to grab it. And we grabbed. They picked it up and shit. Nothing happened. Then he touched it.
That's what made it interesting. You proved that like they proved it in the film that not necessarily it's like like it can't just pick anyone. It has to attach to a specific host. It's like a symbiote. And like everybody around the family touched it. They were like fucking around with it. Damn, bro, is this some jewelry and shit? They're all fucking around with it, playing with hot potato with it, and shit, tossing it around each other and shit till it ended up, like, oh yeah, Heimer was all like, yo, quit fucking around and shit, like, give back to me. It was like they ended up giving it back to him and shit, and they ended up, like, coming to life or whatever, like crawling up on his hand and whatnot. And then, like, apparently, like, got in his face. They were, like, all screaming and shit. It was funny as fuck. Like, and crawling up. Rudy ended up being, like, George Lopez or whatever. Ended up being like, oh, dude, it's crawling off his ass. Because, again, like, they didn't know where it fucking went. Because he's like, I don't see it anymore. It's not behind my back anymore. It was just a funny-ass fucking scene. Like, what do you think?
It was pretty... Like you said, it was such a funny moment when he got the scarab on him and the whole family was freaking out. And he just went flying into the city. He went straight into orbit. He cut a bus in half, man.
Basically, we got a good transition, of, and a good demonstration of his powers, abilities, like how you said he went, flew and went all the way into the outer space, proved
yeah, he fell down from outer space all the way and stopped on a dime. Fucking amazing. And the only thing I never got, we'll get into it later. I don't want to spoil it.
Again, segments.
I don't want to get out of it. Fuck it. All right. And he cut the bus in half, and then by that point they already know who has the scarab. The whole fucking company, corp or whatever. I forgot the name. Ted Corp or whatever.
Yeah, the main guys.
They're starting to come after Jaime Reyes, but he's going off with the girl because she showed up at his house trying to pick up the scarab, finding out it's on him, and she's like, I might have a way to get it off.
No, it wasn't like that. Okay,
first off, we might have a solution.
No, remember, like, he ended up, like, flying back to his house, and then he going to sleep,
he passed out. That's why.
And then
she showed up. That's what I'm saying.
Or didn't he have to find her?
No, she showed up.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, he showed up, and then they had to break back into their company.
Oh no, he went.
That's what I'm saying.
He went looking for her.
That's what I'm telling you, right?
Yeah, he went looking for her, like you said.
I'm sorry, because we.
No, you're completely right.
First viewing, that's what we always had. Like, again, we reviewed, like, got another video just to get another person's interpretation on it, and thankfully, get a couple more details in, right?
Yeah, but he went with his uncle. She was getting shot up at. The fucking truck got shot up at.
And then they had like a whole chase scene and whatnot.
Yeah, and his uncle was like,
and then
what the fuck?
Yeah.
We all felt bad for the truck.
And they lost the taco.
Yeah.
Pobre taco. And then they ended up dealing with the first version of Caraprax, the supposed villain that we thought was the main guy at the time. Mm-hmm. But like he was all like, not as chingon as like his like later like fulled up decked out suit, but like he had like his like bio armor and whatnot. Like one. It
was pretty cool for what it was. Yeah. Can't deny it. It didn't compare to the Blue Beetle suit, but it was still cool because Blue Beetle, without him knowing how to use his shit, he got his ass kind of kicked.
He was like a superhuman, and the other guy was more like, like Blue Beetle was more, like armored out and shit, but like again, inexperienced.
Yeah, so. And it was so great how after that they went down, like I said, they went with the girl. They fucking saw all the fucking classic Blue Beetle ones. How he created his own tech because he didn't want the scarab on him or it didn't chose him.
Yeah, finding out
something like that.
Yeah, the Ted Core was.
And it was pretty cool. They had the fucking bubblegum shit that turned into foam. They had the fucking the fucking glove that turned into shield.
The power glove, like from the 90s.
It was cool. It had a bunch of cool references to retro gaming and shit like that. It was pretty cool. And then the abuela with the fucking minigun shit, with the colorful minigun. It was pretty amazing, bro. She was pretty badass with that shit. She took out a bunch of fucking cabrones like that. And she went full revolution on these motherfuckers,
Yeah. But, like, yeah, like how you're saying, like, midway through the movie, like, it started getting fucking interesting. We started, realizing that, oh, yeah, like, this chick, you know, like wasn't just any random girl, you know, like she wasn't just, you know, like
her
just any
father
spoiled
used to
girl.
be Blue Beetle, man, and this and that, and then we found out that her father went missing, or
Well,
we
supposedly
don't know.
got lost in action or something, you know,
yeah,
or
she
left.
she just
She never
depressed
figured
about
it out.
it, yeah, and and then all along they find out that Tech Corp is going towards like Brian around that moment they find out that Tech Corp is going towards the family, and Miguel has to get Miguel.
Yeah, at that point it was kind of
why
like
did
how
you say Miguel? What's his name?
yeah, it was
No,
Miguel.
it's not Miguel.
Oh, which one are you thinking about? The other guy?
Blue Beetle. What's his name?
Yeah, his name is Miguel.
It's Maya and Miguel. What they will do next, you never can tell.
¡Ah! ¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel! ¡Hey! ¿Tienes de agua? No.
Oh no, not Miguel. Fucking
You
sorry.
see, we're
Jaime. Sorry, so we're thinking, between karate.
We're thinking about
Cobra
Cobra
Kai.
Kai, bro. What the fuck?
Sorry,
Mom has us in
motherfucker.
our head. Okay, yeah, mom's obsessed with Cobra Kai, and Jaime is like, I gotta go save the family, and it's fucking heartbreaking how he's fighting for them. I thought it was great, but I thought that he could have started killing people right there and then.
Yeah,
But he
'cause, like,
decided not to, which I felt like it should have. He had the right. His family was. They threatened his family. They told him to shoot at his family, and then
and even more fucked up. Like she was telling him as like a practice.
Yeah, and I felt so fucking bad. I'm like heartbreak, and then fucking his dad had a fucking heart attack, man.
Yeah.
Why they do us like that? They had us so invested in the family, and they killed the dad with the heart attack. Like we kind of saw it coming, but like still, it was sad.
Yeah, it didn't
was
take away from the
heartbreaking.
impact, and you know, like like the fact that like they trapped them. Meanwhile, you know, like I got you in the feels.
They took Miguel, they captured him, and then the family had to come back, and they were just crying, and they're like, it's not. The grandma was like, it's no time for crying, mija. We gotta put ourselves together and fucking help your brother. We gotta save him,
And then
we
Jenny,
gotta save Jaime as a family.
and dude, and like the girl, like Jenny, ended up being like, yo, like dude, like Nick Fury, like yo, I'll meet you out right now. I'll deck you out. And ended up going back to her
Get
place.
you guys, we got this.
Yeah, decking them up with all the Blue Beetle shit, like how you said.
It was
Ended up
so
going on the Blue
fucking
Beetle
great.
mobile or whatever.
Yeah,
It
everyone
was just a thrill.
And George Lopez with the fucking all the jokes that he came out with in the middle of the fight, and everything was so fucking hilarious. The grandma kicking ass, everyone was kicking ass. Like a Latin family was like fucking fuck yeah, you know. At the end of the movie, I wanted to scream out "Viva la raza," but no, because I was like, it wasn't just. I thought it was gonna be a bunch of Latin people there. It wasn't. It was just a bunch of white people. I'm like,
No, but still, like, regardless, I'm glad, you know, people are interested in it.
Yeah,
and I want more people to be interested. I'm just saying,
I want Mexico to be like, watch the movie. I want a bunch of other, it's just not Mexicans too. It had a bunch of other culture too in it.
it had a lot of things about community and a lot of things about heart.
Yeah,
and it was just
such
a great story.
great movie. It had some fights that looked like Iron Man. It did have some similar.
And maybe it wasn't the best CGI, but again,
Overall,
like,
it was
yeah.
such a great movie.
Yeah.
Like, within the last 3 to 5 years, I would say.
And at least one of the best DC films up to recently. And Aquaman 2, I don't honestly see, you know, doing any better than this.
Yeah.
So for sure, like, I highly recommend, you know, like considering this is gonna be the start to a DC, you know, EU, you know, type dealio, like the beginning, watch it and be invested in it. Like they got so many. No, I'm just gonna say they got so many plans for like the sequels and shit. You know, they want, you know, the guy from Ted Lasso to, you know, end up being, you know.
Maybe
Like, maybe he was like the want cast, the dreamless cast.
And then the ending was such a great ending. I thought he was gonna kill the guy, the main guy who got the power suit and everything, but no, he had sympathy because the Scarab showed him. Yeah, he was a kid. His mom got blown up, and that lady that was attacking your whole family, attacked his mom, killed his mom, and kept them captive, raised them, trained them to be a soldier.
Maybe, probably. Huh?
That's what she
'Cause they
did.
were invading
She went straight to him as a kid when his family was destroyed. His house was destroyed, and told the soldiers,
And while he was
take
injured and
him.
whatnot,
He'd be such a great great
Soldier or
defense.
whatever.
Yeah, great soldier, something along those lines. And he committed suicide with her. I felt so bad for the character, but it was a great movie. A great fucking movie.
I mean, the only critique I could have, and even you could agree, it could have been slightly shorter. But besides that,
No, it could have been a show like the original plan, and I would have loved it. I'm not
yeah,
gonna
but
deny
like, no,
but
they
that
need,
it make it into a movie, and I feel the only thing that I feel bad is that not a bunch of people went to go watch it. That's the only thing I'm disappointed about. But overall, it was such a great movie. I think they could even add more.
No, obviously they could always be more. But like for like the way that the ending kind of, like towards the end, yeah, the ending was kind of, like a great fight sequence, maybe slightly rushed. Like I just feel like towards the middle it kind of was longing with, like, oh yeah, Ted Cord, this and that, he was the original Blue Beetle. I'm glad we got those things, but at the same time, Jaime Reyes, like introducing him as a new character freshly, and being technically our introduction as the first Blue Beetle. I would have liked to, like, get more time with him,
Yeah.
But besides overall,
such a great movie.
such a great film, like how you said, like, for the raza, for the people, for everybody,
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a loving family movie.
Yeah.
And you guys have to go watch it if you haven't. And if you guys got spoiled by it and already got by us, you guys see how much emotion we got. Imagine how much emotion you're gonna have when you watch the movie. Such a great movie. Go watch it. And thank you for watching, and have a great day.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.